Hello, hello, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. Well, today is Sunday, and it is a beautiful Sunday, and I want to take you around and let's do a walkabout around and look at the garden and look at the changes that have happened for May. We are now in mid-May, and the garden is in a transitional time. So you're going to see a lot of my perennials coming forth and my spring bulbs like purple sensation alliums and all of the different alliums. My gladiator alliums, my ambassador alliums, and you're going to also see bearded iris and different things in the garden. But still, at the same time, there are changes happening in this garden with the roses getting ready to bud and bring forth their flowers. We're starting to see that happen. And I am planting out also annuals, my impatiens in the ground. So come and walk around the garden with me and let us enjoy it together for this Sunday, this third Sunday in May here in Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. Good morning, and welcome to this sunny May Day. This is the 18th of May, 2025, and the garden is looking beautiful. I think it was supposed to rain last night, but it doesn't look like it rained. But the ground is moist and everything is looking pretty good. I just love how it looks out here for this sunny day. So I want you to come and walk with me through the garden. There are a lot of things that have happened and changed in my garden since the last time I did a walk about, which I think was 2 weeks ago. The last time was the 1st of May. So let us walk around and see what has happened and just enjoy a Sunday morning, sunny day here in my New England garden, my cottage garden. And by the way, you're here with Catherine from Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. First, I want to take a look at my deck. Now, I have not been able to get started on starting my little seedlings and starts like I usually do because I've been away. But this weekend, I did get busy. One thing I did start though was kale, and I transplanted the kale from this bowl to the kitchen garden, and that's what I want to show you, my kitchen garden. But I want to show you how my beautiful Japanese maple tree has been doing, and it's fully leafed out, looking good, feeling good, and happy here on the deck. And then I did decide to start my basil. I love basil, and I love basil in these containers and here on the deck, because I can come from the kitchen and go to the deck and get my basil to add to teas, to sauces, and salads, sandwiches. I just love the Italian basil. So I did 3 containers of Italian basil. And then I have here my herb bowl. This herb bowl has been with me for the last, I would say, 2 seasons. Now it's its 3rd season. And I have thyme, oregano, and sage in this bowl. I used to have rosemary, but that died out. But I'm so thrilled to see how these 3 herbs have survived the time and is with me again this year. What I love about the sage is that it's going to flower. It's going to have these beautiful purple flowers, and somehow I need to get this in the garden, the sage in the garden, because the purple just stands out so well with the other purple things that I have in the garden. And it would be good to have sage around in the garden so that I can just, when I'm out there, I can pick some of it and it can have more room to grow. But right now, it's very happy in this bowl. The other thing I want to show you is that last year I had a cutting from my hydrangea pelicanara. I always mess up that name. But it is a little limelight, and I decided to root it. And it has come back, and it's looking really, really good. So I'm going to have a plant soon. I did some hydrangeas, mop head hydrangeas last year, rooted them, and they did not return, but this did. So I'm excited about my plant. And finally on the deck, I want to show you my Eden climbing rose here, that the buds are ready to show up here, and we're going to have a beautiful June display of flowers coming soon. So stick around here with me at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together, because we're going to have some beautiful blooms here very shortly. And finally, this is the grapevine that's coming up, and it just has weaved itself through the beautiful climbing rose, and I believe that we're going to have some grapes, and I'm going to be able to monitor them because they're close by now, and you'll see what happens. But I love the leaves of the grapevine, and I believe that if it just kind of trails through on the rail here, that would be fine with me. Yeah. I have made some changes here in the beds. I've started to add some annuals into these beds that are close by here. I had earlier put the New Guineas Impatiens in from Costco, but now I've also added some Impatiens, regular Impatiens, the bedding plants in the beds, and I think they look really pretty. The difference between the two is that the flower of the Impatiens are much more dainty, they're small, and the other flowers from the New Guinea Impatiens, they're much more larger, and it's going to look good, this contrast of wave of color going through. And then I also have here seeding some purple perella, which seeded from last year. I'm leaving that there for now because what I'm going to do is use the purple perella to fill in the blanks and to cut back some of this greenery that I have. I have a lot of greenery, but the purple will add some distinction and some color to the beds. And they also are very fragrant, and you can also use them in teas and in cooking. It's an herb. I have updated this bed. Yes, I have. And I'm so pleased with it. I did add some Impatiens to the bed. And I put these 2 pots here. These are my calla lilies from Roberta's that I've been saving over time, and I actually packed them away and took them out, and I saw that they were growing in the bag. So I've pot them up and we will see what happens. But for right now, I think it looks cute here amongst the garden mums that are coming back, some mint that I have there. And I do want to show you my rhododendron flower. I am so happy, excited, and pleased to see the rhododendron flower here on this plant. The reason why is because some of the others that I've had in the garden, they suffered. It seemed like they burned, or the wind or something caused them to die back. And I lost like 3 or 4 of these rhododendron plants, and they've been in the ground here for like 5 or 6 years now. And I was so saddened by that. But I can see that they are putting on new growth here. This is new growth, the tops. And then at the bottom, you can see that the flowers that survived the winter are opening up here, which is fantastic. And it looks so beautiful with the purple sensation alliums at this particular time, just helping to enrich my purple garden. And if you want to know and see more about the purple garden, then I'm inviting you to watch my video that I did on Saturday or the day before. I will put it in the bag so that you'll see it. But yeah, the purple sensation. So this just continues that whole look with the geraniums here. And I just love this. I just love this. Now, this rhododendron is similar to this one here. However, this is, I think, a deeper purple. I don't know if it's different because of the fact that it gets a lot of sun, morning sun, but it's beautiful. And as it continues to flower, I will show you it because it's beautiful. The other thing I want to show you is this is one of the hydrangeas that I put in last year in the ground, and it's a strawberry. Let me see if I can get the tag so that I can call it the right thing. Yeah, it's strawberry sundae. Strawberry sundae. And so I'm going to keep an eye on it. I am excited about it being right here, and I know later on in the season when the other color is gone that I will have some color from the strawberry sundae hydrangea. The garden this morning is just really refreshing. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, and it's sunny, it's not muggy, there's a breeze. It's just very relaxing this morning in the garden, and I am very happy to show you overall what is happening. If you've been following me, you know that this is not how the garden looked a couple of months back. And it's amazing how rapidly it has grown and filled out here in my garden with the ground covers and the other flowers, the perennials that have just taken over. It's just beautiful with this breeze. I am encouraging you that if you have a flower garden, to plant some purple sensation alliums in your flower beds because they last for the month of May. They come up and they add such great color at this time when you and I are longing for color, that having the purple allium does make a difference. And it just is beautiful here in the garden. I just love it. And then with the yellow from that wild woodland plant that I have there. I don't know the name of it. I should know, and I probably have figured it out before. But when you break off that plant with the yellow, it stains you. You could, it's like a pen. it stains you. It has like an orange or yellow substance. And I remember growing up using it, to just paint with, It's cute. I also have under here some other hostas and things. And it's amazing. I had here the bearded iris, but this year they did not bloom. I don't know what happened to them, but they did not bloom. But I love the leaves, and the difference between the hosta leaves and the bearded iris leaves, it just looks really pretty to me. I love the look of red and white together, and so we bought some red impatiens to put here in this side. I call this my food forest because I have a pear tree, an Asian pear tree, an apple tree, and a peach tree here in this space. But then I also have those tall, beautiful lilies, Casablanca lilies that will be flowering here. So we'll have the red and the white, and that's going to look really, really pretty together. I also have this other plant that is a pass-along here, and hopefully it will live before I think that the beetles were eating the leaves, so they died back, but hopefully they will come forth this year. Now, I don't know what's happening at the top here of my lilies, but I might need to get a spray to keep them healthy. But in the meantime, they look really, really good. I love this bowl here. I filled it with the microgreen seeds from the Dollar Tree, and they are coming up nicely. They're now like spring greens with bok choy and the mustard and other kale, different plantings coming in. I love the fact that you get this coloring of purple with the green leaves. And it just looks fresh. It's my salad bowl in the garden here. It's this easy way of just, getting to see something there for little pennies, for $1, less than $1.25, I think I paid for the seeds. And that's what I have here. Of course, I'm going to later on switch it out for something else, but for right now, I just like how it looks. I don't know if you remember this back side border, and when the daffodils and tulips were here and this whole area was kind of barren, but now you can see that it's filled out with shade plants, with my hostas, of course the purple sensation allium, just taking up space here, looking so good in amongst the greenery. And then I have the different hostas. I have goat spear, lilies coming up, fern, and other things. And then we've also put in our impatiens that's going to give us color and add some, excitement to this bed. And there's Bunny. I want to now show you my kitchen garden area and let you see how things have really evolved and changed in this garden and how I've gotten busy. I've done some intentional gardening here, and I'm excited to see and show you what I've done so far. Well, let's walk around. Now, I have to show you this. This was my fig tree that I had here last year, and it looked like it died back from the winter. And that happens. Sometimes it just really just dies back and there's no sign of growth. I just see here just a little bit. You see that? Of leafing out, but the rest of the stems are just gone. That's it. But I do love the structure. For some reason, I don't mind leaving it there for now, and then later on I will cut it back. But welcome to my kitchen garden area, and I planted here some impatiens just to give some color on the walkway as you're walking up. But I'm excited about this because this is different from how I've done it in the past, and you could see some of my videos from the last year and the year before that in the garden. See how this kitchen garden area has evolved. So this year I definitely have pulled it out. It was much more smaller, but I decided to use all of this space. So I pulled back. It's about an inch or two, not an inch, a foot or two wider, because I started the tomato cages right here before, and so everything was back like a foot. So now we have this extra area, this foot here, in which we can plant. And I have these perennials that have grown up really well, and they can carry this space by itself. And this is bee balm, which I love. It's beautiful red flowers, and the daylilies will add some color, and of course I have a hosta there. So that's new. That's new for this section. The thing that I did for this is I added finally some more stepping stones so that you can enter into the garden here, and when it gets muddy you're not stepping on mud or dirt, but that you can step on the stones. And here I have my collard greens that survived the winter, and I just love the beautiful yellow flowers that it offers us right now. The leaves to me are still edible. We still use these leaves in cooking and baking, especially with fish. It just seems to taste so delicious. I just do enjoy it. Also, with these collard greens, they're going to set up seed, and I'm going to be able to save the seeds of the collard green plants, this particular plant, for next year. I did this before. Last year I saved the seeds, and this spring I sowed these seeds in this area, in this section, And I just tossed all of the seeds pretty much. I don't know, I shouldn't have done that, but I did. And look at the little plants, they've come up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to harvest the small ones, and the ones that are larger and more solid, I'm going to transplant some of them in another part of the garden, but also leave some here and allow them to grow up. But isn't this beautiful? These are, as I said, from seeds from my collard greens. So these are all collard green plants. Isn't that amazing? So I'm going to make and create it like a micro salad, you know, small spring salad. Yeah, and mix it with some of the other plants that I have and enjoy them. Now you might be wondering, what is this in the middle of my garden bed here? This is an oriental poppy, and I planted it by seed about 3 years ago. I did the winter sowing method, and I took it out and just plopped it there because nothing happened. You know, the first year, nothing. The second year, it started to show up, and I think I got one flower. Last year, I got a couple of flowers, but this year, look at it. It is going to be full and exciting. Look at all those buds there, and it is definitely grown, and it's giving color to the garden right here, right now. And that one flower is so powerful with its color. I just love the interior as well. So look out for it. You're going to see it as they open and bloom. I will be talking about it. Earlier in the year, I think it was March, so I planted these onion starts. Finally got the onions in April, I think. I did a video on it, I believe. Yeah. And look at how much they have grown. I have to say thank you to Yankee Sister Homestead, because she spoke about her onion starts and how she had learned from Miss Linda, a New Orleans gardener, that you need to give onions space. And I had the onions in this section last year, and I did not give them any space. I just let everything just grow up on them. But this year I put them over here, and they have their own space, and they're growing very, very well. They're getting plenty of sun. They're protected, and I'm excited to see the end result with the onions. Now, in this section here, last year I planted a lot of the spring greens from the Dollar Tree, you know, the microgreens. I just threw them out here in this section last year and allowed them to grow. But this year I decided that I wanted to grow herbs, my mints. They were getting lost, and I said, I don't care if it will spread. I actually want it to spread. So I bought myself some new teas, mints. I bought myself orange mint, peppermint, and I had some chocolate mint that this is chocolate mint right there. So I just put them all here. They may, you know, affect one another, but at least I know that I can come out and get some teas, you know, some mint tea. And also it will be with the bee balm, bergamot. And then I have here lemon balm. So I have lemon balm, bergamot, peppermint, orange mint, chocolate mint, and regular mint in this section. And hopefully the kale. Now I planted kale here, that the kale will grow up. I'm expecting the kale to grow up and give a different leaf structure and a little design. In this container, I also have different mint too, and I don't remember which mint it was, but it's a different flavor in this container. And I decided to plant the mints in the container. I had bought these mints from a company, and I had put it in the container, and it's been slow growing. Whereas if I plant the mints in the ground, it's just much more healthier. And you know, if you don't like it, just rogue it out, pull it out. It's not wild, not too wild, but it does spread, and I'm able to get a lot. So this is mint here. And then now I have my tomatoes. Now I don't have as many tomatoes as I had last year. I only got, what's this one? Early boy and early girl tomatoes. That's what I decided to put in this garden area. And I also got one of this tomato here. I forget what it's called. Let me see. Yeah, this is sun gold. Sun gold tomato, sun gold. Yeah. So I have one sun gold. And you know what I'm thinking of doing? As it grows out, that I'm going to take a cutting of it, put it in water, and root it. And then what I'll be able to do is to add it to other parts of the garden. So hopefully it will grow well there, and I can be able to take some of its cutting and root it and start some tomato plants. So now this is another mint as well. So this is the other half of the kitchen garden. And so we have the tomatoes, and then we have the peppers, red peppers. I have eggplant, and I placed the kale there as well that I had in the container up on the deck. I planted in some more of the kale. Then over in this section, over here by those green trellises, I have corn growing there. I just use the trellis just to keep away any critters or anything that might want to, you know, just discourage them. Okay. So I also planted over there some snap peas, so hopefully they will come up. While the corn is growing, the snap peas can grow and play double duty. But what I'm hoping to do is to remove those cages from there when the corn grows up to a certain level, and put them in this section, where you see this kind of that side or this side, and grow cucumbers, because what my family really loves cucumbers. So that's the hope. I have to say that it took me a little while to think through this kitchen garden area, and I'm so glad that I was able to expand it and utilize more of the space. And in the past, I had a tendency of crowding the plants. This year I decided to give them a little bit more room and to plant less, but hopefully in planting less, I would nurture what I do have, that they can be more productive. And so I only have 4 eggplants there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think eight peppers, then the kale. We're going to have the corn. Oh, the other plant that I want to plant is okra. Okra. So I want to plant some okra, but I have to start them as seedlings. And so I've got to add okra, my squash. I want to definitely put in butternut squash, pumpkin, and sweet pumpkin. That's the rest of the things that I'm going to be growing. So I also have cucumber, and then string beans I'm going to put in pots. Nice string beans. So I do have that to put together, to put into flats and seed. And hopefully by the end of this month of May, that they will be large enough that I can put now in this garden area. But this is the beginning. You don't know how happy I am to actually get it organized, because it really did and has taken some time and thought. I really wanted to be, what is the word? Intentional. I really want to be intentional about this vegetable, kitchen, herb garden. My jeweled garden is doing very well. My ambassador alliums are coming up. I'm not sure. At first I thought they were Glowmaster, but I believe that they're ambassador alliums. The problem with that I faced this year is that things have really been growing in. And this is bee balm, which is highly aggressive in this area. And I also have a beautiful, beautiful hydrangea, mophead hydrangea that's growing here. And it's flowering, which I'm thankful for. I also have roses, a miniature rose and another rose here that is trying to survive the bee balm. But I use this bee balm also for tea. So as I cut it back, I'm able to get something out of it and also allow these plants, the roses, the allium, and also the phlox. This is purple phlox coming up here, to have space to bloom. What I do appreciate is the different textures of leaf structure in this garden right now. And I am excited about, like, when you look at this right here, you can see the phlox. That's going to be purple phlox. You can also see the allium. And then right there, that is lamium. And I love its pink little flowers there, giving color. Then also I have the rose bush, and this is mother of pearl. And I believe that I'm going to have a lot of buds here. I can see them. It's going to be a profusion, I think that's the word, of roses here in just a few weeks. So definitely come back and see the transformation of this space. Thank you for walking with me here in my May garden. It is so peaceful this morning, except for the planes. I don't know if you're hearing the airplanes. We're not too far from Logan Airport, so you'll hear the planes, but still in the midst of all of this, you can feel the peace of the garden, tranquility on a Sunday morning, and just seeing everything coming together. It just makes one excited about the season. It's amazing that now in just 1 week, different flowers have opened up. We see the purple sensation allium and also the rhododendron. I just love that, and I'm so glad that I have flowers, because I didn't think I was going to have any rhododendron flowers because of what had happened over the winter, that a lot of my rhododendrons died back and I lost some, but it's so good to have these here in the garden. Right now, what is a showstopper in the garden are the iris. This iris just showed up so fantastic this year and really giving some great color to this front side garden. Everything is big and lush and full here. I'm going to have to do some editing, but right now I'm just enjoying the color, the purple, and as you can tell, the purple is fading because the lilac bush has done this thing, giving beautiful sweet smell and aroma of lilacs in the garden. And yet there are other things that are popping up and showing up in this garden as well. And so we'll have to wait to see it and continue to just enjoy what we have here. This is the time for the bearded iris to bloom. And I wanted to capture them for you this day because next week they might not be here, at least not in their fullness. So I'm so happy to show you my bearded iris, which were a gift to me from a teacher friend. She had them, she brought them in for the school to see, and I said, could you give me a cutting of them? I would really love to add them to my garden, and she did. She brought me a whole lot, and I was able to plant them in the garden, and now they're still blooming even now. This is my rugosa rose, and it is one of the first roses to actually bloom here in the garden. You can find the rugosa rose down by the waterfront, by the Kennedy Library, and at the Cape too. A lot of these roses flourish there. So I had to purchase one and put it in my garden. And it is very, very fragrant and beautiful. The bees love it. Well, if you like this video, well then I would like for you to subscribe to the channel, because there's so much happening in the garden. This is just the beginning of the season. And next month is going to be fantastic with all of the roses and different things that are going to be coming forth. But still, even for next Sunday, Memorial Day weekend, more and more blooms and more flowers are going to be opening up. So come and join me here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time right here at Catherine's Garden and Home. Have a great day. Bye.